Hello there and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be discussing what examiners look for when marking essays. What examiners look for when marking essays. So as candidates, before you start answering your essay questions, you must have at the back of your mind that examiners are looking for some particular things. And those things are what will make you score high marks. And because you want high marks, you must follow those rules so that at the end of the day, you come out in flying colors with high scores. Now, let's look at what they will be looking for when marking your essays. So the first thing is looking at the distinct style. An examiner will look at the script of a candidate and find out whether that candidate has used the distinct style for a particular question. Remember that for your essay questions, 5 different topics are normally talked about. They ask questions from 5 different topics: letter writing, speech writing, debate, story writing, article writing. And so that the examiner is looking at the candidate's write-up. If the candidate has picked letter writing, is it following the distinct style of writing letter writing? If the candidate has picked the debate or article or any of the topics, is that candidate answering those questions with reference to the style of that particular writing? So when you are writing, you must follow the right procedure, as using the wrong one will lead to loss of marks. Using the wrong procedure will lead to loss of marks. For essay questions in WAEC and NECO, if you give your answer correctly, you score high. But when you do the wrong thing, there are consequences. And the consequences are deduction of marks. And I know no candidate wants his or her marks to be deducted, because as you deduct your marks keep getting lower. But your aim is to get high marks. The examiners again will be looking at how familiar you are with the features of the question you have chosen, because each topic has its own features. The features of an essay of a letter is different from the features of an article. It's different from the feature of a story. It's different from the feature of a debate. So they are looking out for how familiar you are with the features of each question that you have chosen. Do not at any point mix up your features. So before you pick a particular question, before you choose a particular question that you are going to answer, you must be very careful to be able to know what you are expected to write on that chosen topic. It's very important. You must know that if I've picked this question, I must know what I'm going to write on that topic. You must know the features of that particular topic. If not, you're heading for a failure. Also remember that when you pick a question, you have taken a position. When you pick a question, you have taken a position. And you have also taken the topic, showing that you understand the demands of that question. So if you pick a question, you have taken a position that you understand the demands of that particular question. And so the examiner is there waiting out for you to find out, okay, if you have picked this question, let us see whether that candidate or you can meet the demands of that particular question. So the examiner will be looking out for whether the points you have chosen are relevant to the question. The points you have chosen to write are relevant to the question that you are writing on. And there's this very important aspect the examiners will also look out for when marking your essays. That's the aspect of planning your essay. You must be able to plan your essay in the right way, in the right order. Your essay must be readable. Your points must be clear and arranged logically in sequential order, showing a distinction between the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The introduction is the opening paragraph. The body of your essay is where you discuss the main ideas, the major points, while the conclusion is the summary of your points. The summary of your points. And so when you are writing your essays, let it be clear. The examiner will be able to find out this is the introduction, this is the body, and then the next one is the conclusion. If that is done in your essay, then you are on the right track, because those are the things that the examiners will be looking out for when they are marking your essays. And when you follow this procedure, by having your introduction, the body of your essay, and the conclusion, you can easily arrest the attention of your examiner. The examiner sees you as somebody who knows what he or she is doing, and who, at the end of the day, because he is convinced you have arrested his attention, he knows that, okay, this candidate knows what he's doing. And then what will the examiner do? The only thing he can do is to do what? Is to score you with very high marks, because you have led the way for the examiner to know that you know what you are talking about. You have laid out your points logically in paragraphs. Introduction is there, body is there, and then the conclusion. The examiner also is looking out for how you write out your points. Repetition must be avoided. You must avoid repetition. When you repeat ideas, it makes your essay boring. You must learn to use the right choice of words for each essay. Use the right grammar for each essay. Use the right punctuation marks correctly in your essays to make convince the examiner that you know what you are doing. An examiner is there. All he's looking out for is that, okay, this candidate has followed the rules, is doing what is supposed to be done, and then your marks are being ticked. But because it's an essay, there are penalties, which you already know that depending on deduction of marks. If you don't follow those rules, your marks will be deducted, and you want to avoid such problems. And so you have to do what? Follow the right instruction. Before you start answering your essay, there's usually an instruction at the beginning of the question, the question paper, which says you have to write the correct number, a particular number of words. Usually it's 450 words. So you must make sure you have written in the correct number of words that the instruction demands. Make sure you have written the correct number of words that the instruction demands. Make sure you are writing to answer the question, not just writing what you have on your mind. You are writing to answer the question on the question paper that you have chosen, not writing because you want to have because writing what you have on your mind. Do not deviate from the content of the question. It's very important, because if you have deviated from the content of the question, that means you are heading for it. You don't even know what you are doing, and then you are going to write wrong. Other things will be wrong. The content is important. The content means that you have understood what the question demands, the demands of the question, what the question wants from you. And so once you understand that content, then you are sure that you know what you are going to talk about. Not blabbing all over and just writing because you want to write 450 words, you want to write 2 pages. No, you must make sure you don't deviate from the content of the question. As simple as this information is, many students still deviate. So if you want to score high in your essays, follow the rules. The examiners are looking for particular things in your essay. Make sure you give those things the examiners want to them. And so when they are marking, they are excited. They are saying, this candidate knows what he or she is doing, and then they want to give you the marks that you desire. But if you now decide to write something out of content, you are sure to get low marks. In English language essays, if your content is wrong, automatically you are going to score 0/10 in content and 0 for organization. That is the law. So if you do not want to lose 20 marks, then you must pick the question you know and follow the rules that govern that particular question. That said, you are good to go. You begin to write your question, because you know that whatever the examiner is looking for, you are sure that you can give the examiners what they want to see in your essays. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this video. But if you to this channel, but if you have subscribed, share with family and friends so that they too can be part of our community. Thank you and God bless.